Hey guys, it's Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentry-waiver-services.com, and let's get you guys cleared to enter the USA. Today is January 21st, the day after Trump's inauguration, and a lot of the stuff he said was very, very interesting. It kind of ties into today's topic, which is U.S. entry waiver processing issues. The video I made yesterday had some of this content in it, some. Um, but the bottom line is, since he is now in the White House, these waivers are going to be much harder, or could definitely get much harder to get. There's no way around that. It is what it is. He's going to be in there for another 4 years. So you guys are just going to have to just be aware that you're going to have to deal with it. Now, if you guys don't need a waiver, there's no sense in trying to get one. The reason why I bring that up is because we have two situations, but the one that's the most critical is there was a person who did not need a waiver, went to a discount waiver company. They did a waiver for this person. They screwed it up, and the person actually ended up getting a letter, a September letter, saying she doesn't need a waiver. So you're probably thinking, Ken, that's great. They helped her out. No, they didn't. Because what happened was this person, listening to this company, went back again and filed for another one. And now for the second one, which you didn't need the first one in the beginning, now for the second one, they did a sworn statement and they asked a series of questions. Now this person has talked themselves into being inadmissible to the U.S. and now requires a waiver for something more serious. Where in the beginning, the person did not even need this waiver, only because the person got initially denied entry at the border, and based upon the way the person explained to me, the person did not need a waiver. Now we're doing our own due diligence anyway, because there's some backdoor things you can do to find out certain situations. I'll just say it like that. So that's being done right now. So once that part is done, we're gonna know the route the CBP took in order to deem her to be inadmissible. Now, yeah, the sworn statement did it, but prior to the statement, there's some other parts in there that they don't tell you guys about, meaning the public, meaning CBP doesn't tell you guys about, won't disclose it to you. We know what that stuff is. We know how to get that. We know how to, I hate to say get around it, but for lack of better words, we know how to deal with it. So, but unfortunately for this person, I have a funny feeling it looks like this person has talked themselves into being inadmissible for life, something fairly serious. All because the discount waiver company pushed her, I think, to get this waiver. And the thing is, the person did not even need it in the beginning. It's like if you're building a pyramid and the foundation is rocky, the thing's going to topple over. If you're building a pyramid, you got a strong, solid foundation. I mean, you're golden. So even though this title is used entry waiver processing, all this stuff ties into processing waivers, guys. There are ways to look at a file to see if the person even needs a waiver. The things that you can do, or let's just say we can do, to see if you even need a waiver. And if you don't need it, what's the point in filing for it, wasting that money, making your situation worse? Unfortunately, this person learned the hard way. And I showed this person yesterday in the regulations how, based upon the statements that they gave to CBP, based upon what the regs said, it was right there in front of her. She saw it. She says, "Oh my God." I said, "Yeah." I did like I said, "Yeah." It says right there. This is how they got you. I said, "This is because that discount waiver company screwed you." And she agreed. So she's very upset with this place. I know the name of the place. I won't mention it, but no, she gives me permission. But they really messed her up. They almost messed up another guy we have in Ontario who they told him he needed a waiver, and he showed me the stuff that he had. I said, "You don't need a waiver." So I gave him a couple of inside things he could do. He did it. He spoke to the officer at the border. He came back to me and said, "Bro, you were right. I don't need a waiver." So I told you that. He said, "Why the fuck these two, three places out here in Ontario charge me for it?" I said, "Because they ripped you off." I think I told the story before, and I wanted to get him on an interview. Well, he went to one of them, and they argued. So he put me on the phone. The man on the other end, he knew who I was right away, surprisingly, and he told the guy if he didn't get the F out, that he's gonna call the OPP. So I said, "Bro, it's okay. Just go ahead and leave, and we'll deal with it, different way." So he left, and that's being handled differently now. But the point is, you guys need to understand these discount waiver companies, especially in Ontario, they don't give a flying fuck about you. They only want your money. I want to make sure you get cleared. I want to make sure that you get what you pay for. So you pay us the big bucks. We're going to make sure you get cleared. If we think you cannot get cleared, then I'm going to tell you straight up before you even pay. Because we make our money, believe it or not, guys, on the bigger fish who pay us the big bucks to get cleared. Not these small fry things, like the big stuff. So that allows us to kind of like subsidize like some of the smaller fish, like some of the guppies. You know what I mean? So I guess in closing, you guys need to understand these waivers, like I said yesterday, CBP is basically doing an assessment on you. You're paying the American government $1,100 US, their fee, to assess your character to see if you are fit to enter the USA. If you fail that assessment, meaning your waiver's denied, they're saying you're unfit. Now we got to turn that around to show why you are fit. But guys, that costs money. If you want it done right, that's going to cost you money. So, guys, I mean, it's your choice. If you cheap out and then go to them and get screwed up like this person did, you kind of deserve what you got. Especially if you already know who we are and you try to shop around like this, it's the night market for a cheaper price. You get your cheaper price, but then you find out in the end you're paying more than what you would have in the beginning. Another person did that same thing, tried to cheap out, and then came back, and now it's gonna cost them a lot more. It's costing them 5K hour fee, where before it would have been 2,800. All because the discount waiver company screwed up the file so badly, and I said, "Look, this is gonna cost 5K to fix." And he understood. He agrees. He knows why. He's not mad at me. He's mad at himself. He says, "Damn, bro, I should have just stuck with you." I said, "Bro, you know how many times we hear that?" So you guys got to get it through your heads. Get it through your heads. You're paying for quality and you're paying for knowledge. So if you have a Lamborghini, I always use this example. Are you going to take it to Midas Mufflers to I'm gonna call him right back. Are you going to take the Midas Mufflers to get worked on? Or are you going to take it to a certified Lamborghini technician? Come on, guys, common sense. Stop buying off of this BS from these discount waiver companies. If the price is number one, if the price is too low, it's suspicious. And number two, when you speak to these people, you kind of know if they know what they're doing or not. Your gut should tell you. And even that guy, the gut told him that they didn't know what he was doing, but because the price was so cheap, so yeah, why not? Well, that was just stupid. Now it's costing him 5K. We can fix it. All we do is pull out the regulations that CBP, well, not just CBP, the US government that they utilize in these files, and we can turn it around. These competitors don't have this material. And if they have it, they wouldn't know what they're looking at anyway. You got to know what you have in front of you. You got to know the codes. You got to know how to interpret them. You know how to apply them. You got to know the inside stuff for being a former law enforcement officer. Let me just, you know what? Hey, hello? Hey, no, I'm leaving in a few minutes. Sure, sure. Okay, I'll wait for you. Oh, okay, sounds good. Okay, right. Okay, so that call actually tied into the topic processing. This person has some particular details about the file that we have to, how can I say it? We have to factor in terms of his waiver application. So we're gonna do that, which is fine. Thing is, guys, with these videos, I really have to watch how I say this stuff because these discount waiver companies keep coming to our channel and trying to reverse engineer this stuff so they can make money, keep the lights on. So when I say certain things, I have to say it in a way that they cannot really use. So sorry about that, guys. I mean, we really want to tell you guys everything, but because we got these peons, these peddlers, these mere peasants who keep trying to obtain our info, it's a big headache. Anyway, Ken Scott, Senior U.S. Immigration Law Intelligence Analyst with www.usentryWaiverServices.com. That's 888-908-3841 or 604-562-8140. all right, guys, we're out the door.